Hi there and good evening. I hope you're all well. I'm just going to show you something I purchased recently today. It is called Easy Tarot, and that is because I am in no way experienced in tarot cards or fortune reading, but I find the whole concept very interesting. I purchased this for, I think it cost about between £10 and £15. The cards are really nice, and it comes with a book that if I can get it out. Excuse me. Comes with a book or manual, so to speak. On the back it says, discover the easy way to read tarot cards with this friendly guidebook. So yeah, manual, guidebook. And inside is all of the different ways you can read the cards. I believe there's different methods of laying the cards out to give people a reading as well. If anybody would like to, I have this book, I have another book which is all to do with zodiac signs. If anyone would like, please post messages in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to give either your zodiac reading from another book or some information on what this book says about anything regarding any of the cards in particular. Okay, basically in this I'm not going to be giving you a reading so much as just having a look at the cards with you and just showing the different cards and interpreting them in my own way. It also comes with this like a paper mat, so you can do different readings using the mat. Maybe I'll make another video in the future if this one is popular, if it's the kind of thing any of you like that watch this video. As it says here, this is the first time I've read what's on this spreadsheet. The first position is crowning thoughts, and then card position 1 is your current situation, influence, helpful or challenging energies, immediate past, what is behind you, immediate future, what is about to happen, past issues, the basis of the situation, reader's fan, and it explains what that is there. And that's that. I just wanted to show you that quickly. So let me place that back in here, and then showing the different cards. Okay, I'll just place this book back in here so it doesn't get in the way. Place that in there one. Bear with me. I don't seem to be able to put the book back in. Just try not to damage any of the blocks. There we go. Okay. Other than the difficulty of placing the book back inside, the box is constructed fairly well. It comes with this little compartment here. This opens up, and there's actually nothing in there, but I could use it to put something in. So I'll move it out of the way. Okay, so I'll begin showing the cards. These are the backs of the cards. Very zodiac-y, fortune-y kind of style. Okay, and I'm just going to open these now. You can see there's quite a lot of cards in here. I'm going to do it from up the back of the deck, and that way each card I pull from the deck I won't see. So we will both see the card as I reveal it. Okay, so the first card here is a teaching card of how to use the cards, I think. So it's kind of like the Joker of the deck. Celtic Cross spread, daily spread. It's different ways to place the cards for doing different readings. Okay, so I'll put them to the side. And then this next card is the King of Pentacles. In this card, the king, looks, and obviously he's a king, so he must have money and food and riches, but he doesn't look that happy. And if you can notice, he's just casually looking to the corner, just off into the distance. So this card might represent even if you have certain things, you still might have other things on your mind. And I believe that's a pagan star in the background. So that's that first card there. If I place them like this, then I'll still have them in the order I open them in. The next one is the King of Swords. This one could represent that you are very capable, that you are strong, being that he is not just someone with a sword, but he is the King of Swords. And it also represents defending yourself. He is exuberating confidence. I really like the night sky in the first two cards. I'm not sure if all of them are in the same theme. This next one is the King of Cups, is this next card here. Which I just dropped. And this one, he looks quite brash, quite cocky and brash, and he has a smile on his face. I'm guessing if he's the King of Cups, then maybe, as he looks happy and quite confident, he's possibly a optimist. Tries not to let his troubles worry or bother him too much. This next card is the King of Wands. It's quite a bright kind of atmosphere that surrounds him, and a wand usually represents a magic nature, whether either it be the knowledge of spells, incantations, or whether it be more of a elementalist mage kind of style. He also looks like he represents someone who is wise, someone who has maybe a vast amount of knowledge and wisdom and intelligence. This next one is the Queen of Pentacles. The first thing I noticed beside her is a solid pillar. A pillar is, of course, something which helps strengthen a foundation. It's required to be a pillar of support. And I also noticed that she's wearing a lot of nice natural grass colour green in her robe, and a lot of the other scenery is green. Green is something that represents nature, the grass and the air and things like that. This next one is the Queen of Swords, and once again there is a less extravagant looking, more stone pillar, and I believe it's purple towards the bottom of her robe, and the rest of it is blue. It looks like a nice, I want to say silk or velvet. She looks very humble, very honest. I think this one could once again represent the confidence to defend yourself, to fight, to be strong, and also possibly youth as well. The sky also looks very soft, very clean. This next one is the Queen of Cups, and this one looks like she has a long kind of gown or dress, and it looks like it is very possibly made of gold, likewise with the golden pillar beside her, and she's holding a cup in her hand, and I believe it is a goblet which also looks gold, and the sky's nice and clean. This card makes me think of riches and wares and wealth. Okay, the next one we have here is the Queen of Wands, and this one, the pillar next to her appears to have what appears to be some kind of crystal ball, but a ball that is emitting some flames of fire from them, and she is confidently holding the wand. She looks like she also possesses much wisdom, like she is experienced in her class or her forte, and she looks very straightforward, but also somewhat withheld. This card gives me the feeling of making your own decisions and not allowing someone to trifle with you. She looks very prepared, is what that card makes me think. And this next one is the Knight of Pentacles, This is also another very green card. You can see the grass and the clothing on the horse there. I believe it's very green on the horse, and also they got paint the golden stitching of the golden horses on the green clothing on the horse. The knight himself with a golden lance and a shield also made of gold. I believe there might be emeralds in the shield, and even his helmet is golden as well. And this card gives me a feeling of strength, power and defense, and also honor and pride. The next card is the Knight of Swords. This card is I want to say very blue. You notice that he holds his sword high in the air, ready for battle, which shows that he exuberates confidence and is prepared for his challenge ahead and is ready for anything. And it also looks like it's quite a tranquil night. It's not quite dark blue, there's some purple, and by the looks of the trees, I believe it is autumn, I think. Let's place that card there. Then we have the Knight of Cups. It's very much like in the other card, represents a lot of gold. So he may be well in terms of money or wealth, and he is holding a golden goblet high into the air. Not only him, but even the horse is standing as if they are ready for anything. And this card looks the weather looks like it might be spring, and as I said before, I'm just giving the initial thought on the cards without having read them before. And this next one is the Knight of Wands. I believe someone who uses wands, say a wizard or a mage or a sorcerer, don't tend to ride horses so much. This card is a very fiery red card. Even the sky is like a yellowy kind of crimson. The clothing, and there appears to be a very small crystal on the end of his wand. This one could represent someone who is prepared to fight, but who is also wise in the fact that he wears armor, he has a helmet to cover his face and his head. This next one here is the Page of Pentacles. And yeah, I believe that is a peacock with the peacock feathers in the background there. So this one has a person as well as an animal in the picture. And she has a stern look on her face. She's very prepared and ready. She also has a shield which shows defense. And there's quite a few different colours as well, so it's quite a colourful card. This next one is the Page of Swords, and the fabric looks quite exquisite on the clothing they are wearing, as well as the sword itself has a jewel encrusted in around the hilt, and he also appears like he may be in some kind of castle of sorts. I'll try not to give too much more, take too long to give too many details on each card, because as you can see there are quite a lot of them here. So this next one here is the Page of Cups, which also gives me a springtime kind of feeling about the card. And obviously they also have the goblet made of gold. The goblet can also represent your thirst for something in life, maybe a passion for something. This next one is the Page of Wands, which also includes some fruit. I believe they look like oranges, so orange trees. So you could think of things like fruit, the nature of the trees themselves growing the fruit, so growth, food, as well as the fact he is a wand user, so some form of intelligence as well in this card, I believe. Okay, this next card I have here is, so this next one we have is the 10 of Pentacles. I actually should read the book so I can find out what these are, because there's a lot of these as well as the symbol of these in things like the shields that they have and different things in the cards. But I'm assuming there's obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different pentacles. Obviously is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5-sided shape, sorry, is the pentacle. I've seen something in the exact shape of these in a recent PlayStation 4 game I played lately, which I first saw on Steam, but I purchased it on PS4, called Hands of Fate. And whenever you win a round, because it's a mixture between card game and real-time playing action RPG, whenever you win a match, at the end of the match, the game itself, you are awarded certain pentagram tokens. They're called tokens in the game. They look very similar to this. and they come in like a very small kind of like chest, which represents treasure or goods of some sorts. Okay, I'll move on to the next card. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. And this one, I believe, it's a lady who has a parrot on her hand, and there's a butterfly. So there's different kind of animals, insects in this one, and also with the 9 pentacles going down the side. And there was also I'm not sure if that would be called a gazebo or a hut or something in the background there. And this one is the 8 of Pentacles, and this card, he seems to confide in his small friend, the mouse, which I believe is a mouse. He's studying one of the pentacles. One of the 8 pentacles he has, it seems like he's studying it, doing some research on his table. And it's obviously night time with the candles, which are lit in the card as well. And this one, counting down, is the 7 of Pentacles. And this one, it seems they are growing from the tree, and the lady is picking them from the tree. And there are some sheep in the background. They are surrounded in a flowing green meadow. So this card would represent to me life, growth. Next one is the 6 of Pentacles, and this one, at the bottom you have hands, which leads me to think the expression or the term that's used, hands of fate. And then also importantly, you'll notice the scales, the measuring scales, also the weighing scales to measure the weight of the pentacles. So different pentacles, different fates can have different amounts of pressure and different weights upon different people in different ways. And the next card here is the 5 of Pentacles, and in this card there is one man humbly before a hooded woman who is holding a child. So maybe he is offering her help or guidance of some sort. And continuing to count down, we now have the 4 of Pentacles. This man, I feel the presence of greed. He's holding them all quite tightly, as if he doesn't want to drop them. So it may just be trying to be careful, maybe he doesn't want to let them go, or it might be representing greed in wealth and wanting to keep hold of what he has, or to have as much as possible. So that one could be interpreted in a few different ways. The next card, the Three of Pentacles, is, I believe maybe the smith is brandishing a shield, or has just finished making a pentacle into a shield. As you can see, he is a blacksmith, and the pentacles are being incorporated into his blacksmithing work, with his anvil in the background and the kiln of the fire. The next card here, I'm going to start going through them a little bit quicker now. It's the Two of Pentacles, and this one, quite a peasant, but not poor looking peasant, has two pentacles, and he seems to have some kind of power in his hands, or like he is emitting a glow from his hands. Obviously the water in the background, water once again represents nature, and the ship, so this could also be a card to do with travel, things like that. And the Ace of Pentacles. I cannot remember if this is a weasel or a ferret, but it is a card which shows a lot of nature, a lot of greenery in the sky, and then the moon with a few stars above here. And this next card is the Ten of Swords. This card, you can see a deer to the side and some birds in a flock flying into the distance off to the side as well. And underneath the Ten of Cards you see a man who appears to have passed away, so maybe he was killed, maybe he died fighting and died by the sword. And then the Nine of Swords here is a lady in her chambers, looking quite tranquil, quite peaceful. There's an owl. Owls obviously represent knowledge and wisdom. And the next card here is the Eight of Swords, and this one, the lady is surrounded by the swords, so maybe she is unwillingly, unhappily surrounded by them, or maybe it is representing they are protecting her, and she is blindly surrounded by them. As you can see, she is blindfolded. This next card, the Seven of Swords, is quite a greedy looking man, maybe possibly a thief, holding as many swords as he can underneath one arm, and it looks like he is about to venture off somewhere with them. And this next card, the Six of Swords, has a lady steering a boat across the sea or the river. And this next one is the Five of Swords. As you noticed, the surrounding looks like a battle has just happened, and he seems to represent that he stands triumphant. Maybe they are even the swords of some of the fallen warriors in that battle. This next card here is the Four of Swords, and I believe there is somebody who is sleeping below the swords, and there appears to be in the form of a flag with the swords. And the next one is the Three of Swords, and each sword is going cross diagonally through what appears to be a heart. It's quite an interesting card. A sword through the heart, and looks like some clouds in the background. And the next card is the Two of Swords, and in this picture you can see there appears to be a golden ring, but not placed upon a finger like my ring here, but across the eyes and the forehead. And the next card is the Ace of Swords, and this card, once again, the jewel encrusted in the hilt, and this one also comes with a scabbard or a sheath, whichever you prefer to call the sword holster, which looks very exquisite. And then in this card we have the Ten of Cups, which is the richest of cups. It represents how you have the most. And there's also a house in the background, which represents a home, two people sharing in conversation and maybe having a drink. Next we have the Nine of Cups, which appears to be the owner of an inn. I believe this is some kind of a tavern. He has the barrels which used to hold the wine or the beer. And in this cup we have the Eight of Cups, and this one is a man with a staff, and he's holding the staff looking into the night sky and the moon, and some of the cups are on the floor, so maybe he's had too much to drink or just too much of something in life, and he is taking a moment to reflect. And in this card, the Seven of Cups is a very colourful card. One of the cups has some leaves coming out with nature. Another cup has some bubbles coming out, which makes me think of air, water. One card has a pure white dove flying, and another card has fire at the top. The other card at the top has light, as you can see in these two there, and then the rainbow coming out of this cup. So this colour was all about this card, so it is all about colour and the elements, and it is even represented on the surface, the water surface. Quite a lot going on in that card. And this one is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups, just two children playing different flowers, and I feel this one represents a lot of youth, a lot of life, being young. And the next card here, we have the Five of Cups, and this one two of the cups are brightly gold, the others are quite faded and fallen on the side. So, and he also looks quite sorrowful, and the sky is quite dark red. So this one could be about sorrow or regret, or he could be thinking about something which could be troubling him. A Four of Cups. And this one is once again an animal is it in this card, and someone leaning against a tree and a hand offering them a cup. So this one could be to do with someone helping, someone offering. Then we have the Three of Cups, and in this one we have 3 cups and 3 ladies above each cup. Blue, red and green dress, each with a form of a magical power through their hand. And this one, the cups look very full, so much that they are overflowing the initial cup in the middle. In this next cup we have card, sorry, I believe we have two different ladies above each cup, looking and staring at each other, and a bright light in between. And then we have the Ace of Cups, and in this one is, I can't help but say it's quite Illuminati-like. We have an eye above the cup, emitting 3 different lines which seem to form a triangle, and then we have 6 moons. Not much more to say about that card. And then we have the 10 of Wands. In this one, more animals. Deers, I believe, are represented in the background. And this card looks like a heavy burden. Maybe too much wisdom, too much knowledge of too many things, or just one particular thing. And it looks like he's holding a great weight on his back. It's going to be an expression, or as well something actually physical as well. And this next one is the 9 of Wands. Seems to be some kind of soldier holding one of the wands. And it also seems to be a golden horseshoe, which I believe is lucky, as far as some people are concerned. Okay, and then we have the 8 of Wands, which are just the wands on their own above some grass, and there appears to be some cattle of sheep in the background. There's the next card here. It's the 7 of Wands. And this one is a man holding one of these 7 wands in some chamber or of a castle or building of some sort. Okay, I'm just going to get through the rest of these cards now quite quickly. The 6 of Wands is quite a colourful card. We have a man upon his horse or his noble steed with the wands around him, and also looks like quite vague shadows, or what the word I want to say is silhouettes of different people. This next card, the Five of Wands, is 5 people each in possession of a wand, each one looking like they are doing battle, maybe trying to protect their own wisdom or knowledge of certain things. This next card here is the Four of Wands, which is a man and a woman and a child. Could possibly express a couple, 2 loved ones, their son, or maybe he is bringing them news of some sort, and there are flowers around the top. Then the Three of Wands, we have once again a ship. There's a boat in the background. I don't know if it's sailing away or coming to. It could be either. And he has a long green cloak. And next one is the Two of Wands. And this one, you see the 2 wands either side of the pathways, and he's looking on into the horizon and deciding on which path to take. So this one is the distance we can look into the horizon of how far we can travel in the choices we make, and also the decisions and choices that cannot be the same. Sometimes we come to a crossroads and there are 2 paths, and that's what this card represents. Then the Ace of Wands, it is just a wand. And there's, I believe, the moon in the background, or a planet, and the 2 hands either side. This next card is the World. In this card we have the sky and the space surrounding, and the moon up above, and the lady in front of the world. And she has some kind of tiara face mask, as well as a very thin mace-like wand, or it might be a small scepter. I believe she has stars on her outfit as well, adorning her outfit, just like this guy. The next card is Judgment, which appears to be a lady with the horn, I'm guessing, which means the horns of judgment. The next one is the sun, presumably hovering above, as well in line with the earth and the moon. And the circle, which I'm sure means how the moon rotates and the sun, and how everything is in a line with each other, as we see all the other planets here as well. So it's the sun, the earth, the moon, and all of the rest of the solar system. Next one here we have is the moon, and it appears to have 2 wolves on the bottom, as well as a scorpion. And this, I believe, looks like a old style of watch, with the different cogs and mechanical pieces have different parts attached to them, like the moon you can see there, and obviously the moon with the face above. Then we have the star. The star above the pillar or pedestal, with the lady in the water pouring water back into the sea or the ocean, the star in the middle. And the next one we have is the tower, which is also not just broken, but it's breaking in real time, and someone may be falling from the tower. This next one is a different type of star. This card is the devil, and he has the horns representing in the flames and the star also. I believe it's the pentagram star. And then in this card we have temperance. This card represents fire and water, so hot and cold. Just a few cards left here now. The next card is another dark card, which is death. Is the skull in the middle, which comes across quite Grim Reaperish. There's also a shield with a horse at the bottom, so maybe something to do with the four horsemen. I believe there's also a sword. Actually, sorry, I thought it was a sword. It's a flag, and death can also mean the end of something, but the beginning of something new. And in this card we have the hanging man. As you can see in this card, it represents he is chained, shackled by the feet, and hanging upside down. And next card is Justice, which is quite a bright, vibrant card. And the next card in the deck is the Wheel of Fortune, which I believe is, I don't know if you can see that with my camera, but each section is a different sign of the zodiac going round there. So this could something to do with your star sign or astrology or something like that. And the next card here is the Hermit on his travels with his lantern. And then we have Strength, which is a lady accompanied by a lion. A lion is obviously known as the king of the jungle. And also is known to represent strength and power, and to be a natural leader. The next card we have is the Chariot, with on this card is a lady atop the chariot. And in this card we have this card called the Lovers, and she looks like a warrior of some sorts, and a lady, both looking up to the skies or the heavens. It's quite a bright card with some colour and brightness shining from above. And the Lovers card, I'm assuming represents love, life, relationships, and things of that sort. The next card here is the Hierophant. He has the cross on his headwear, so it's quite a card that makes me think of maybe a cleric or a priest. And it also looks stained glass windows, which are used in churches and things of those sorts. We only have 5 more cards here. This one, the 6th card here, is the Emperor, and once again the Emperor, who is the ruler and also has the signs of the zodiac going around the edge here. And in this card we have the Empress. She has fiery red hair, the symbol for female, and also, as you can see, the signs of the zodiac going around her. This card is the High Priestess, and this one is just barely a quarter moon above the water. The next card is the Magician, and in this card it represents one of everything: the wand, the sword, the cups, and the pentacles. So this card could represent someone who is the master of their destiny, or someone who is in control. The very last card we have today is someone who also has the zodiac signs going above him, I believe. I think they are, correct me if I'm wrong. And he is a jester of sorts. His card is the Fool, which usually accompanies most decks of most cards. Okay. I hope you have enjoyed the card showing today, and if there are any questions you would like to ask me, please feel free to ask whatever you like in the comments below, and let me know if they like anything like this in the future. And I wish you peace, happiness, and I hope you have a good remainder of your night. And if you have just awoken today, I hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching.